Solve 2x squared minus 5x plus 3 equals to 0 using the completing the square method. The completing the square method is another method of solving quadratic equation. And so, in order to solve this problem using the completing the square method, the first step is to rearrange such that the constant term is on the other side of the equation. And so, when we do that, this will be 2x squared minus 5x equals to, when you take plus 3 to the other side, it is minus 3. And so, the next thing is, ensure that the coefficient of the quadratic term is plus 1. The coefficient of the quadratic term here is plus 2, and so you need to make it plus 1. To make it plus 1, you divide through by whatever the coefficient is. And so we say divide through by 2. Why? Because the coefficient of the quadratic term here is 2. And so this is 2x squared over 2 minus 5x over 2 equals to minus 3 over 2. And so when that is done, we would have this as x squared minus 5x over 2 equals to minus 3 over 2. So, the next step is, what must be done to this left-hand side to make it a perfect square? That is, we need to do something. We need to adjust it such that what we have on the left-hand side is a perfect square. And so, what must be done is, we add the square of half of the coefficient of the linear term. That is, the square, add the square of half of the coefficient of the linear term. So, you need to first of all identify the linear term. The linear term here is minus 5 over 2x. And so, identifying the coefficient of the linear term, the coefficient of the linear term is minus 5 over 2. Minus 5 over 2. To make this expression on the left-hand side a perfect square, we add the square of half of the coefficient of the linear term. What I mean is, we would add the square of half. The coefficient of the linear term is minus 5 over 2. And so, in our rough work, we do minus 5 over 2 divided by 2 all squared. This is what it means by the square of half. The square, that is why it is raised to power 2, of half. The word half means you are dividing an expression by 2. So, the square of half of the coefficient of the linear term. And so, when you simplify this further, that would be minus 5 over 2 times 1 over 2 raised to power 2. And finally, this will be minus 5 over 2 times 2, that is 4, all raised to power 2. And so, what would we add now would be minus 5 over 4 raised to power 2. So, this is what we'll be adding to both sides of the equation. And so, let's add that quickly. So, that is our rough work. That's the rough work. So, we add, this is x squared minus 5x over 2 plus the expression you are adding, which is minus 5 over 4 all squared equals to minus 3 over 2. Now, because we are dealing with an equation, whatever you add to the left-hand side to make it a perfect square, then you add it to the right-hand side too. So, plus, in brackets, minus 5 over 4 raised to power 2. And so, at this point, we simplify what we have on the right-hand side, and then we factorize what we have on the left-hand side. factorize the left hand side. To factorize this expression, you open a bracket, square it, pick the base here, which is x, pick the base here, minus 5 over 4, equals to, this is minus 3 over 2. We are simplifying what we have on the right hand side. To simplify it simply means to solve further. And so, minus 5 raised power 2, that is plus 25, and 4 raised power 2, that is 16. So, we continue to solve this further. This is x minus 5 over 4 square equals to, we are adding up this fraction, the LCM of 2 and 16, that is 16. 16 divided by 2, that is 8. 8 times minus 3, minus 24, plus 16 divided by 16, that is 1, times 25, that is 25. And this gives a value of 1 over 16. Alright, so x minus 5 over 4 all square. Remember, to take out the square on one side of an equation, you find the square root of the other side. So we take out the square. X minus 5 over 4 will be equal to this time around. This becomes plus or minus the square root of 1 over 16. And so, solving this further, x will take minus 5 over 4 to the right hand side, equals to, it becomes plus 5 over 4, plus or minus, the square root of 1 is 1, the square root of 16 is 4. And so, what we have now is x equals to, the LCM here will be 4. 4 is common. So 4 divided by 4, that's 1, times 5, 5, plus or minus 4 divided by 4, that is 1, times 1, 1. So to add up all of this, finally, this becomes x equals to 5. We take the first sign, plus 1 over 4, or 5 minus 1 over 4. And so this is x equals to 5 plus 1, that is 6 over 4. Or we have this as 5 minus 1, 4 over 4. And finally, the value of x will be equal to 2 in 6, that is 3. 2 here 2, so this is 3 over 2. Or 4 divided by 4, which is 1. This expression is the same as 3 over 2 is 1 over 1 over 2. Or we say the value of x is 1. And so we have solved this using the completing the square method.